What's up, everyone? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel. And today we are talking about a very controversial movie that has just recently come out on Netflix called Leave the World Behind. Now, besides the fact that it's a very woke movie and it includes a lot of racism, which we will go over here shortly, the reason why this movie is being talked about so much is because it seems like it's some type of ominous warning for everybody. And when you realize who is actually behind and heavily involved in this movie, there might be some truth behind it. So before all this stuff started happening on the internet and people talking about this movie, I actually watched this over the weekend just because it looked like an apocalyptic thriller and I enjoy those type of movies. Well, I wasted 2 hours and 20 minutes of my life. It is absolutely garbage. The cinematography is bad, the acting is bad, the writing is terrible, and Netflix movies are hit or miss, and this one is definitely a miss. So if we jump over to the Rotten Tomato scores, you could see a lot of people tend to agree with me. As you can see right here, it's only sitting at a 40% audience score. Now, the critics, as always, are going to shill for these types of things, especially, like I said, when you find out who's involved in this movie, you know that these things are paid off, because there's no way people that with a brain in their head thought that this was a well-done movie. I think this could have been a solid movie, but they completely dropped the ball because of a lot of the nonsense they were trying to implement and push into this film, like this scene here.
I'm asking for you to remember that if the world falls apart, trust should not be doled out easily to anyone, especially white people.
What the fuck? Now, could you imagine in today's world if that were a white actor saying that about black people? Do you think that would go over well? No, of course not. But because those were black people talking about white, it's okay. Because, you know, you can't be racist to white people. That's impossible. Now, besides the fact that this movie is just utter garbage and has a lot of woke elements like you just saw, a lot of people are talking about this movie because of the people involved and the symbology that is throughout the entire film.
Symbology? I'm sure the word you were looking for was symbolism. What is this symbolism?
Now, the executive producers in this movie are none other than Barack and Michelle Obama. Now, I didn't even know they had a production company. I had no clue. But looking into this, they themselves were actually heavily involved in this film, as you could see here from an interview that Julia Roberts did on one of those Tonight shows that nobody watches.
President Barack Obama and Michelle Obama are producers on the film.
They are.
Did they work closely with the film?
Yes, you know, this was on President Obama's reading list.
Now, why would he put some type of line like that about white people in this movie? Kind of like they're trying to create some type of racial divide throughout the country. But besides the racial divide thing, there are a lot of other ominous things that are throughout this film. So this image right here of the bedroom, as you can see, has 666, very clear as day for you to see. And they have showed this multiple times throughout the film. There's also a scene like this.
Just my annual meeting with the rest of the evil cabal that runs the world.
Now, why would they put something like that in the film? Isn't that a little crazy? Especially considering that people talk about this stuff nonstop and actually think there are some type of evil cabal going on throughout the world trying to depopulate people. I mean, it doesn't sound too conspiratorial when you have the people involved with doing this type of movie saying these types of things. I know saying this stuff sounds crazy and makes you a tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist, but when it's shoved down your throat and in your face so openly, how much is it just a coincidence at that point? Not only that, but this movie is about literally the end of the world, where the government is doing it to their own people intentionally. That is the purpose of this film. There's a lot of other dialogue in this movie where one of the characters explains how the government can destroy their own people from within. Like, for example, everything being hacked and all of our services going down, the power grid dropping, having no internet, all of that kind of stuff. And then just this morning, we see this coming out on mainstream media.
Post reveals hackers affiliated with China's People's Liberation Army have infiltrated critical services here in the U.S.
This is not good.
No, it's not. I mean, this infiltration appears to be part of a broader effort to insert chaos into our logistical system.
No, sir, I don't like it.
Now, I don't know about you, but seeing those types of things on mainstream media, trying to push to people, and then you see a movie like this, considering it's produced by a previous sitting president who is still heavily involved in politics, is a little crazy. I don't know. Maybe that's conspiratorial. Maybe it's just coincidence. I don't know. But there's a lot of symbolism throughout this movie that probably should open a lot of people's eyes. Now, do I recommend anyone watching this movie? Absolutely not, because it is really, really bad and it's probably going to infuriate you. But it is interesting when all this stuff is going on in the world right now. And then they have a lot of this type of dialogue in the movie and a lot of just craziness that is just, in my opinion, too coincidental to be accidental. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me and my tinfoil hat. I don't know. But let me know what you all think down below in the comments. First off, if you've seen the movie, let me know what your thoughts are. Second, you think all the people talking about this movie and all the quote-unquote coincidences are crazy? Or do you think that there is some truth behind it and that maybe it's some type of warning of what's to come? And because who knows what's going on in the world? The world has been kind of crazy out there lately. But let me know what you guys think down below. Always love to hear your thoughts. If you liked the video, hit the like button. I would greatly appreciate it. And until next time, take care.